Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I am Marcus Aurelius, and this is Dominions for the Thrones of Ascension. We are Ulm, and we are forging ahead. And it looks like the assault on Kopos was a failure. Looks like Alsvin came in and beat us back, but we'll read more about that. Late summer in the year 5 of the Ascension Wars, and what happens but Chief Smith has cast Iron Angel. Our first Iron Angel has arrived. Rin and Daggirl are not finding any magic sites. We're gaining some blood slaves, and there was a battle in Kopos. I think you already know how it went, because I explained it to you, but let's just see how it goes. All Guardians, Ion apparently supposed to be standing in the middle. Instead, he's like, you know what, I'm just going to hang out here in the back. I really wish eventually our commanders would follow our instructions. That would be great. So Alsvin, first off, starts off with a super awesome gem-fueled earth elemental attack. That takes 2 earth gems, which I guess is sensible because he has so many of them. So he's already just nailing us. We're etherealizing people. And couraging them. So Ion is doing his deal. He's making them more couraging. And we're doing okay against... I think we're especially good against magical creatures, right? Or is it only just sacred creatures? Only affects sacred units. Okay, that's the Bane of Heresy. But what about their... Oh yeah, only the Guardian, the leaders have that. Oh well, whatever. And now we're Iron Blizzarding. We did pretty well. I think the Guardians were pretty solid against the Earth Elementals. They trample, but they didn't hurt us too much. Now it's Alsvin's turn. And they're hitting him. They're doing damage. But they didn't last. That's the thing. Had they... Well, he regenerates so quickly. But had they been able to just go at him, I think they would have done a lot more damage. But, in case you were wondering, Ion survived. And is still around. We did lose most of our Guardians. Alright, this is what we wanted to see, didn't we? We wanted to see how Praetorian Panda handles the Throne Province. When in the last episode, as you all recall, well, not the last episode, but 2 episodes ago, we just got crushed there. So here's where we see the value, or potential lack of value, of a super combatant versus an army. He's body etherealizing, astral shield. Alright, so now just to give you the goods here. He has 17 fatigue, but it's lowering. He has been hit. Apparently he got a chest wound somehow. How the hell did you get a chest wound? He barely even got hit. Well, actually he got hit by 9. So apparently one of these first attacks gave him a chest wound. That's a shame. But he has, okay, so he has, if he's fire resistant, lightning resistant, pierce resistant, and slash resistant, yet still got a chest wound, which is ridiculous. But anyways, all it does is it drives up his encumbrance, which is 0, so it doesn't do anything. And it lowers his strength by 1, so I'll take it. He has an astral shield, which paralyzes anyone who attacks him. He has a fire shield, which burns anyone that attacks him. He is ethereal. And poison resistant as well, and we're amphibious. And it doesn't show... Oh yeah, because I took the shield away, so that's why he's shock resistant. Alright, let's see how he does. Oh, he has awe. Yes, he has awe. So how someone got through to him in order to give him a chest wound is beyond me, but we're just punching the Springhawks and they're gone. What the hell happened there? So, something happened to the guy who was guarding this place. I guess somehow in the battle, I wasn't paying attention, but somehow in the previous battle, he died? Because all we had to take care of was 2 barbarian chiefs. So that's weird. The Anunnaki is gone? Alright, so let's see what happened here. Beginning of the round, no chest wound. Here they come. Body ethereal, astral shield. They did an attack of 7. That is amazing. Amazing. That in one little hit... And I have no idea what happened to the Anunnaki. I'm so confused now. But anyways, Bogus and his fellow adventurers decided to aid an old wise man whose daughter was held captive by your blood mages. The young girl and a couple of other blood slaves were liberated in a daring attack on your dungeon. Bogus was obviously misunderstanding things. She was not a captive. She was just a volunteer. We were going to let her go very soon. Regardless, we're in trouble because, well, not we're in trouble, but we didn't get to see the showdown battle that we really wanted because the Anunnaki disappeared. So now Praetorian Panda's going to Gold Mountains in order to switch out his shock-resistant bracelet for the dancing shield again. But I think he turned out pretty alright for the most part. And that wasn't a very exciting turn, but let me introduce you to some new people. We have a ton of them. So in Iron Range, we have Gustav Adolf and Granny. Granny is a commander. In Ogwoods, we have our first Iron Angel, the New Planet, and we're getting him set up. Apparently, I was correct. Iron Angels are actually pretty weak without armor. I figured a giant angel made out of iron would be strong regardless of what they're wearing, but that is not the case. Their natural protection is only 6. So I traded out his really bad encumbrancy armor with the armor of knights, which is a little bit better protection at a much lesser cost. He has the Awe Shield and the Firebrand. I'm currently making him the Horror Helm, which is a death item, but we are allowed to forge death items, just not cast death spells. And that will cause him to cause fear to all whom he encounters. So Awe, to make him hard to hit, Fear, to make them run away from him. As far as feat, I'm trying to get Boots of Quickness. And as far as his 2 miscellaneous items, I'm not sure where I want to go with that. I think I'm definitely going to get some Reinvigoration, because he does have an encumbrance of 4. So if I put on the girdle, he'll have an encumbrance of 1. It's not perfect. You want to have net neutral or negative, but it'll do for right now. He does have apparently 4 reinvigoration from something else. That might actually be a natural inclination, because I don't think any of his, none of his weapons and armor do that. So the girdle should be enough to keep him below 0 in invigoration. That's perfect. Then we also have Jorkan Almac, another Black Lord, and we have Lord Asmodeus the Spy. And I've gotten really good at getting my spies ready. If you'll take a look here at Sir Anko here, he does only have 1 eye, which hurts his precision defense and attack, but he makes up for it by getting 40 stealth. So now he has 150 stealth, which is out of control with the boots, the cloak, and the Eye of Innocence. He is the best spy in the world right here. And he also is reinvigorating. Is that from the boots? Cool. So, yeah, Anko is almost unseeable, and I'm going to do the same thing to Lord Asmodeus. Alright, Royal Forest, we have Commander Hurst, Master Smith, and I've already introduced Conan, so just Commander Hurst. Oh, and Dmitrik von Smirnov. I'm not sure why they have him all the way up here. In Umbro, we have Azea Braxi with the Air Random, and we have Neberitos, the Black Lord. In Ulm, we have Aster, the 4th, and... oh, right. No. Who do we... Dragonheart. Right. Dragonheart and Aster the 4th are both new. And then in Oiperi, we have Tord, the Black Lord, who I'm actually, as of right now, my plans are to use Tord as my sacrificial unit. He has the Eye Shield, which causes blindness to anyone who hits it. And I'm forging him the Flesh Eater Axe or whatever, which causes a chest wound. There's also an item we can forge, which is cool. It's called the Heart Finder Sword, and it's supposed to kill anyone it attacks. However, magic resistance negates it, and Alsvin has a ton of magic resistance. So then we also have, we've already introduced Bam Bam, but we also have Captain Tool, the Master Smith. And I think that's everyone. Yep, that's everyone. So we are up to, in case you're following along at home, we're up to number 191 with Gustav Adolf. Alright, cool. So what else is going on? Well, we're defending the throne. We don't really have anybody that'll come and take it just yet. No one can forge flying shoes except for the Chief Smith. So it'll take him at least a turn to get to that. All of my Black Lords and my Angel are just sitting around waiting for the right items. As you can see, we're preciously low on gems in a lot of key fields, but we're trying the best we can. The coolest thing, I think, is I put together a new attack army. And Wombat is not part of it, actually. But, so here's the deal. It's Arcade Knight. Well, let me just show it to you on paper here. So what I've done is I've given all of my smiths 15 crossbowmen instead of guardians. Instead, I've given all the guardians to frontline with Arcade Knight. I have 2 side armies of pikeneers, and then the front is held by the guardians and the shield guys. However, there's 2 exceptions, Demonicus and Colonial. They both have guardians, and here's why. They are in the front lines. They are ahead of all of the crossbowmen, and they're only behind the frontline guys. Now, the reason for this is because they have both been given blood stones, which, as you'll recall, gives them a earth gem each battle, and they are using that to summon an earth elemental each. They need 2 earth gems to summon the group of earth elementals, which is a shame, but whatever. 1 at a time is fine. So they'll each summon an earth elemental, and that's why they had to be near the front, so that the earth elemental won't get trapped behind our crossbowmen and instead can actually, hopefully, make it into the battle. Because it takes 3, say hold, it takes 3 turns. So if they cast Earth Power the first turn, and then summon Earth Elemental the second, and it just takes off before the front line does, the Earth Elemental should reach the front lines of the battle approximately the same time as our frontline guys. And then they immediately go to Temper Flesh to save themselves, and then they just basically focus on destroying the enemy's armor. Now there's also Damaris. Damaris also has a Bloodstone, but he was not given a retinue because he is staying in the back. But what Damaris is doing is no less important. Damaris is using the spell Maws of the Earth, which also requires an Earth Gem. And what that does, it opens up the earth and swallows a number of enemy troops. It's an amazing spell. Let's see if I can... Okay, so at range 25 plus, area of effect 7 plus, and it does 15 magical damage, armor piercing, and also has the extra effect of Earth Grip. So anything it doesn't kill, it nails to the ground, basically. So against, say, Nazca, useless, because it doesn't affect flying units, but against Shibalba or Relay, that's quite the attack. So those are our special guys. The rest of them are all doing the same thing. They're just Earth Powering, Iron Skinning, and then... Well, actually, Ephraim is doing something a little bit special here. Ephraim is doing Marble Warriors, which requires an Earth Gem. So I kind of screwed up. I was supposed to give Ephraim a Bloodstone and didn't, but I'll have another opportunity to do that, I'm sure, at some point before the battle starts. But that basically just makes a large portion of your troops stone-skinned. So that's them. And then the regular guys like Sloosh and Wayland, they're just doing Legions of Steel. They're either defensive in nature, or, like Han's a Big Sword, they are armor destructing. So none of these guys, in case you're wondering, are casting any of our evocations. They're not casting Magma Eruption or anything. They might choose to do so of their own free will, but that's not their intention. This is supposed to be an army. And I noticed that I killed a lot of my own guys in previous battles. So the purpose of this army is to fight on the enemy's terms, weaken them, improve the armor of our troops, destroy the armor of the enemies, and just kind of take them down with the elementals. We'll have other armies that focuses on evocation that have less troops. So that's my plan. I mean, all good plans, they never... How's the saying go? They never survive first contact with the enemy. But that's what we're trying to do here. Gold Mountains is full of people. I gave Eyes of Aiming to all of our commanders. Erectus, for surviving the battle, he got a Dancing Shield. Nidoros also got a Dancing Shield because he is a 4 Earth. So he can cast some of our big Mamma Jamma spells. That's why I'm doing that with him. I may just decide to remove the Luck Pendant, though, and give him a Bloodstone if I need him to do anything that requires Earth Gems. Don't know. Or I can just give him Earth Gems. But that's really our story. So we're just hanging out here, waiting for Tord to get here, or if Alsvin attacks us. As far as Black Ulm itself, no one's really defending it. Except for the province defense. I should probably change that. Let's give Havel the Rock a ton of Arbalests and I guess a few frontline troops, whatever he can hold. So that's a mixture of guardians, infantry, and pikes. And there, we're going to let the province defense take the fall on this one. So these guys are just going to hold intact closest from about midway. These guys are going to line... Whoa, whoa, whoa. They're going to double line formation here. And Jack, give them your guys too. And they're going to fire at nothing in particular. And Havel the Rock will kind of stand with them and fire archers. And he will be he'll be the guy guarding this place. As soon as there he is. We're going to patrol. And we built a temple here as well. We're getting obviously a higher death gem income. We also get some fire and earth as well from this lovely province of Black Ulm. Alright, wow. So we've just taken up a lot of time talking about all that. That's really all is interesting and notable. So let's end the turn. We are not prepared for any battles in this turn, so if there is going to be a battle, it will be a surprise to us. But I mean, what bad luck for Praetorian Panda. 1 little hit from a barbarian, 7 damage, and he has a chest wound. Uh-oh. Zablanke, the Mooch Ajah, has claimed the Throne of the Stars. Ion found the Enchanted Gate in Ossuary. Good job, Ion. I had him just searching for the heck of it while he was there waiting. In Black Ulm, children are disappearing at night. Strange creatures skulk the wilderness. That sucks. We're catching sneaking enemies by Riley and Shabalba. And that's that. So yeah, I was kind of right. Not much happened here. But Alsvin is gone. Still, though, he tricks us. You know, he comes back and then he kills us. We're going to wait again for Tord. Now that Tord is here, we can give him the Flesh Axe. And that turns him Berserker, too. So he should, I mean, in all things considered, he should be able to make it to Alsvin in time to do some damage. He will block half of all incoming attacks. So his deal, Tord, is going to be... Let's say... Hold, hold, hold. 3 holds is enough. And then attack large enemy monsters. And we'll put you down here. Alright. Tord, you are our sacrificial lamb here. Thank you for joining our team. Alright, Uric. You are Sir John Loom. Okay, cool. Tulka, you are the Dwarf of Lead. And that must be a nickname, because you are obviously not a dwarf, you are a man. I'm a man! In Umbro, we have Alandon, Valdar, or Valdor. Sorry about that, Valdor. Sweet. And in the Royal Forest, we have the Great Fanged One. Very cool. Okay, in Iron Range, we have Lord Yoda. Which kind of sounds like Lord Yoda. So that's kind of cool. And in Ogwoods, ooh, an Astral Random goes to Samir. Is that correct? That's correct. Alright, is that everyone? I think that's everyone. That is everyone. Okay, so we named a lot of people. Now, in case you're following at home, we are down to number 197. And we have, I think, 233 as of this moment. So we're getting close. Oh, yes. I moved all of our priests and priest smiths down here. They're going to head over to Ogwoods. Ogwoods is getting kind of full, but it's just going to be a way stop for them to get some troops to guard them, maybe some items, because they're our capital guys and we need to get them into the fight. So I haven't been doing much in terms of for fighting the enemies here. I've got one army put together, but it's going to take a heck of a long time for them to make it to the front. This is a defensive army purely, so this castle goes up. We have no interest in fighting Shabalba down in this region. I mean, we do have a throne a few provinces away, but I'm not too interested in it. Apparently there is no connection between Winter Peaks and Shabalba. I thought there was, but there is a connection between Gol Riepe and Winter Peaks, so it still needs to be guarded. by our Gold Mountain Fortress. I guess the essential thing to do would be to move as many troops and mages up here as possible and just lead a huge attack against R'lyeh. Apparently they've left all their troops out of Palame. That's why I'm sending Anko up here, though, is to figure out what's going on around here. And just make a bum rush for Salam, coordinated with an attack over here on this throne. And that might just be all that she wrote, ladies and gentlemen. I think we have 4 throne points. The Sun Throne will give us 5, 6, 7. And so we would need 4 more between these 2 thrones. So one of these is most likely the Throne of the Moon or the Throne of Bureaucracy. And both of those are 2. So if that throne up there, which I knew what it was at one point but forgot, it might be the Brass Throne. Well, that's only 1. Or it might be the Throne of the First Age, which is worth 2. So if it's worth 2, then that's it. We have 1. But if it's only worth 1, then we have to find ourselves another throne. And our options are limited, but we could probably either make a bum rush for Star Peaks, or if we felt feisty, we could pick a fight with Nazca and get down to either Osense or the Cradle of Life. It's the Cradle of Life. Shimbayama, Shimbayama. So that's where we are. That's where we are at. So we're hugely defensive down here. Nathan is patrolling along with Lord Lucius and King T. William. So Nazca's got nothing on us. And if we declare war on Pelagia, we might also be able to get the Chiliad Caverns from them, although their troglodytes are pretty tough customers. I think they're good targets for our arbalests, honestly, because they trample, but they don't have very good armor, as far as I recall. Ooh, and now that Wombat is here, he's going to build... Why not build a citadel? It takes a little bit extra time, but this is a backline fortress. We don't need it up right away, and it'll give us that much more ability to recruit troops and such. So I'll take it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, well, I'm Marcus Aurelius. I'd like to thank you very much for watching. We are, of course, Ulm, and we will continue, of course, to forge ahead. Have a good one.